The question is the House to now adjourn and give the call to the honourable member for Jagga Jagga.
Speaker, the situation in Gaza is catastrophic. It is horrific to see innocent children, innocent people being killed when they should be protected. I once again reiterate the concerns and despair of so many people in my community who want to see an urgent end to innocent Palestinian civilians being killed. There must be a ceasefire now. What is happening in Rafah, the killing of innocent civilians who have nowhere safe to go, must end. The Netanyahu government must listen to the Australian government and the many other members of the international community who have repeatedly said that this cannot continue. They must listen to the call we have made repeatedly for a ceasefire, and I note it's now 6 months since we joined 152 other countries in the UN in voting for a ceasefire. International law must be respected. The ICC must be respected. Humanitarian aid must be allowed to flow at scale as ordered by the International Court of Justice. Hamas must release hostages. Speaker, the US President has put forward a ceasefire proposal, and it should be taken up. Ultimately, we need a lasting peace. We need a two-state solution. And Speaker, as I have said before in this place, I once again add my voice to all of those who want to see our common humanity triumph and who want to see lasting peace and an immediate ceasefire. Speaker, as I make these comments tonight, I am also half holding my breath, anticipating what might flow my way as a result of making them. Because while we should be able to talk about Gaza in this place, while we should be talking about it in our communities, the reality is that at the moment, across our parliament and across our community, we do not seem to be able to have important conversations in a respectful way. And I do worry about the implications of this for our democracy and for our communities. Like a number of my Labor colleagues, I had to close my electorate office last Friday based on security advice. And it's not the first time I have had to close my office in recent times. People absolutely have a right to protest in this country. But when protests are threatening, when they're intimidating our staff, that is concerning. And I do worry about these implications for those people who most need support. Our electorate offices are often a place of last resort for vulnerable people in our community seeking help. People who come to my office because they're struggling to access basic services or payments, often for these people, a local MP's office is the one place that they know will be open to them. So I don't like having to close my doors to them, or indeed to the many other people who want to have conversations with me. But I do, at the moment, have to worry for the safety and security of my staff. My staff at the moment are too often the brunt of heightened behaviour and language, and I know I am not unique amongst MPs in this at the moment. Speaker, I worry for the safety of my children. When I receive various messages telling me that as a mother, I have blood on my hands and God will judge me. And ultimately, I do worry about our democracy, because if we can't make ourselves heard without threats and intimidation, if we can't have difficult conversations in a respectful way, then the potential for us to hear each other and to be able to make change together is greatly reduced. Speaker, this does spill across a range of issues at the moment. It does feel like there are too many times when the way members of the community are approaching members of parliament is constantly heightened. I do think we can and we should do better than thinking threatening and insulting messages directed at individual MPs are the way to create change. We can and we should do better than thinking that actions are designed to intimidate and frighten are the way to create change. Speaker, I recently had a conversation with a member of my community who had migrated to our country. And he's someone who sees me quite regularly while I'm out and about in the community with my children. And he actually said to me how refreshing it was to be able to see that, to see an MP just in the community, because in his home country, MPs are inaccessible. They're shut away from the community. I don't want our democracy to have to operate in that way. I don't want to have to do my role in a way where I have to be quarantined from community because of security concerns. I do continue to recognise it's a privilege to be elected to this place. I don't want women who are considering whether they want to be elected to this place to have to add security concerns onto an already long list of things that I know they are weighing up. It is on all of us to try and have better conversations, to lead better discussions, to respect each other and to work for change in a way that respects differences, respects our social cohesion and our democratic foundations.
The question is the House to now adjourn and give the call to the honourable member for Banks.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, the Mobile Black Spot program